We are live.
Awesome.
And we are live here on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube for the first time as well, which is kind of cool. So I'm intrigued to see if we get some YouTube viewers tuning in today.
My first time ever live on YouTube.
I know, I have not done this, but StreamYard lets me now broadcast on 2 platforms. So I was like, why not? Let's do Facebook and let's do YouTube.
Perfect.
Yeah. So how's it going, Doug?
It's going really well. It's much craziness in the world, and I've been trucking forward, trying to keep a routine, trying to continue to write songs, put music out, and carry on and be as positive as possible.
Just do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of doing your part and helping people out, and being positive instead of negative is always a good thing, So.
Well, yeah, and like the little hearts behind you, because you were just saying they're like your little decor for today. The hearts behind you, they're definitely a positivity sign.
Yeah, I think they're on every house in the neighborhood, and
really,
I'm at my office, and this is the one that I put up here, and there's one on the outside of the window too. So.
That's awesome. So, what are you doing to keep busy during this social isolation time?
Well, like I said, I'm still going to work, so I have a half-hour commute to work every day, which builds a little routine. Come down and I put in my hours, come home, and been continually. I was always Skype writing before, and so I just carried on, keeping up the writing appointments, and doing that. I mean, obviously watching too much TV and eating too much and buying too many bottles from the liquor store, but
well, have you seen that one that's going around Facebook that literally your car is just going to be nothing but bags upon bags when this is all done and we're heading to the recycle depot?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I can relate. Yeah, I've been doing some Facebook Live videos for my fans too, which is kind of new for me. I hadn't done that prior to this, and it's been fun. People like them. I'm not exactly scheduled or regular on them. I kind of do them when I feel like doing them, but that's been cool. I know, like Todd, he does them every week at a certain time, but I'm more of a pop-up surprise.
Well, but the thing is people like those surprises, and it's like, oh damn, I had nothing to do, so let's go watch Doug. He's doing a jam in his backyard.
Yeah, we've done some backyard ones and a driveway one day, and it happened right around the start. It happened at St. Patrick's Day, and this is kind of what happened. Is St. Patrick's Day for me is a really big show, and it's one of the things we look forward to all year, and it got canceled. So my buddy Trent and I did a 6 feet away kitchen party. He plays banjo, and we did just all St. Patrick's Day music, and that was our first one we did, and we played for the neighbors, and it's been great. So kind of keep that going.
Yeah. I know, like your first couple that you did when you were doing them, it was so sunny and so nice in BC, and in Alberta we were getting snow, and it was just a snowstorm at those times. And I think all of us were kind of cursing you a little bit, not gonna lie. We love you, but we were cursing you just a bit.
There's no gate. People from Alberta can come to BC and live here anytime they want. So.
Well, like, do you and Brenda have a place to crash? Because I mean, like, you have beautiful weather, so like maybe we're just gonna like take a quick trip across the border.
Well, right now there is some room upstairs, but you need to find your own place if you want to come and live here.
Okay, well, we're just gonna crash here for a couple days, just for the nice weather.
That sounds good.
So what have been your binge watching shows? Because you were just telling me you've basically finished Netflix.
Yeah, I finished Netflix, and I told you I'm almost finished Wikipedia. I'm learning on just building my knowledge. I don't know. I think everybody else has watched the Tiger King and Ozark. Finished that off pretty early. So now we're watching like these Australian shows, which are actually pretty good. So you're digging deep when you're getting into some Aussie series. So
I don't know if you guys have done it. I did it when I've been like looking for something to watch on Netflix. I accidentally turned something on and it's in another language, and it has all these subtitles because it looks like it's going to be this really cool show, and then it's like, Oh, damn. They're talking in like German or something?
I like those, but I have to watch them by myself, put it that way.
Uh-oh. Well, that's for another conversation. So Cheryl says that she is moving into the she shed. So I guess her and Brenda are going to take over the she shed.
Yeah, it's a sin shed. Yeah,
okay. Well,
yeah, that's where all bad activities happen out there.
it makes sense. It makes sense. Brian is saying, "All right, Doug, sounding good as always."
Good. I know, buddy. My buddy Brian, he used to play bass with me, so.
Awesome. And Brenda is, I'm thinking, a Sons of Anarchy binge watching.
Yeah, she's on. That's her second time through it, so.
Yeah. And then Sin Shed is open, and then it's well named.
That's right.
So it is kind of a cool day for you today, Doug. This is the day that you released your first official single. You've released stuff to radio, but this is the first single.
My first ever single. I've had many albums come out, and 2 years ago, my EP came out for Riding the Brakes. But today is my very first ever single, and really proud of it. It's called Hula Girl on the Dash, and it's available everywhere right now. And the feedback so far has been fantastic. So it's exciting times.
What can you tell us about that song?
Well, I wrote it with Michaela Lynn Perry. We wrote it in Nova Scotia last fall. She lives in Nashville now. She's got her full passport to be down there. So, but Brenda and I were heading to the Annapolis Valley to visit some of her family, and I had planned the ride as well. So on our way there, we were listening to No Shoes Radio or Jimmy Buffett Radio. I can't remember which one, but there was a song about an El Camino, and then the DJ came on and started talking about El Caminos, how cool they are, and just the way they look, and with that classic feel. And she said, just get on the open road, put the windows down, and, turn up the radio and dance with the hula girl on the dash. So I said, write down that idea. And that night we were at an Airbnb, and I started writing the song, and took it to Michaela the next day, and we finished it in maybe an hour and a half. And so it's a fun driving song. It's not a relationship song and not a drinking song. It's really about someone who finds that vehicle just walking by, or maybe it's at those car shows. They see a car, they fall in love with it, and they buy it, and just wherever that wheel turns is where you're going to go. So that's really what the song is. It's finding that freedom and that joy of being on the road.
Yeah, and it's a fun song. I really like it. Let's play it. Why don't you play it for us, and let's see what everyone thinks of it.
Sure, I'll play the acoustic version. That check out the fully produced version. My buddy Anthony Fiddler in Vancouver, he did all the production, and he did a fantastic job. Here it is. Here's the live version. I was just passing by. Something classic caught my eye. It was long and lean, avocado green, chrome pipes side to side. Looking a little bit lonely. Sign said you could own me. Climbed up inside. It was love at first ride. No turning back from this street. Oh hey El Camino, which way should we go? Turn it south on number 10, West Texas flying past. With my hand out the window, chest me on the radio, head bobbing along with the hula girl on the dash. Ooh, hula girl on the dash. A horizon full of freedom, crossing miles for no reason, searching open roads for that peace of home, chasing down that feeling. Oh hey El Camino, which way should we go? Turn it south on number 10, West Texas flying high. With my hand out the window, chest me on the radio, head sunset, lighting up my sky. Soul food for my windshield, and I can't help but drive. Oh, hey, El Camino, which way should we go? Turning south on number 10, West Texas, flying fast. With my hand out the window, Chesney on the radio, head bobbing along. Hula girl on the dash. Hula girl on the dash.
I was saying before we started, that is such a catchy song. And I think people that are watching right now are just going to be like singing that. There's a hula girl. Yeah, I can't sing. So I'm not even going to try. So Todd Richard is watching. Todd said it is an awesome song and great job, Doug.
Well, he's the real singer. So, you know, you're talking about singing. I'm primarily a songwriter who does some singing. I sing well enough to get paid a little bit at live events, but putting myself out to radio and singles and stuff, not this kind of twofold strategy there. One is, you know, I just like doing it. I really do. I enjoy it. It's something I want to do. And the older you get, the more you kind of look at your achievements and things you want to do. And I like putting songs out. And the other thing that helps me get into writing rooms, because other writers and other artists know that you can carry a tune, you can come up with a melody, you can play. You know, it makes things a little bit easier for me to get booked into writing rooms, and also playing writer rounds, because if you can sing your own songs, it's just helpful. But I prefer to be a full-time songwriter and have 100% of my songs recorded by other people. That'd be great. But sometimes you just like, you know, like this one. I could have waited a couple years and pitched it around and see if it got recorded, but I just love the song so much, and I just wanted to put it out. And
yeah, well, and you never know. In like 4 or 5 years' time, someone may say, "Damn, I want that song."
Exactly. So, you know, having a little independent songwriter from Vancouver Island record a song and put it on the radio does not preclude Kenny Chesney or someone else from recording the song and making it big, right?
Exactly.
So, and we wrote this, by the way, Michaela was originally singing it. It's gender neutral, so it's a good pitch for guys or girls, you know. So that was the original thought, was it was going to be a female pitch, but we just, you know, either way is fine. So.
Well, and like doing what I do, I see, like, when I'm hearing the songs, I'm seeing like music videos in my head, and you're right, like you can totally interchange that for male or female singing it, which is kind of cool.
Exactly. And sometimes it's even cooler. Like, I like to take some of my songs we write from a male perspective and see if we can do them from a female side. Like this song called Pour It To Me Straight, my buddy Troy from Nashville, and we wrote it from a male perspective, but it's been recorded twice now by two ladies, Justine and Lynn out of Vancouver, and then a lady out of Nashville. And then it's also been recorded 2 other times, but it hasn't come out yet. And so they're all female singers. All 4 recordings are female singers. And so that's going to be really cool. And they're all different styles and different, you know, ways, different approaches to the same song, which is really, really fun as a songwriter to watch these songs grow and take off. So.
Yeah. So like as a songwriter, and I know you've pitched and you have songs recorded by tons of different artists, which song is it that someone picked up and you were like, damn, I don't know about that one, like, but it actually took off and did better than you anticipated?
Well, I mean, it's like trying to pick out your worst child. That's kind of an unfair question, but
well, you know, it was. No, I'm kidding.
I'll tell you though, just to say what surprised me though is recently Josh Norad from New Brunswick released a song called "To the Wind" that I think we wrote in 2014. So it was a long time ago that I wrote it, and it was a long time ago that I pitched it to Josh. I wrote it with a guy named James Hopi from. He's from California, but he's since moved to Nashville. And, you know, we had no bites on this from pitching it all around. Both of us had pitched it. We had no bites. And then Josh had written that he liked it. We didn't know anything was happening, but then Jason Berry ended up producing it and getting Dean Brody's band play on it. Song made it up to number 11 on the iTunes Top 100 chart. So it was a complete surprise that a song that we'd almost forgotten about ended up getting recorded, and it's on the radio right now, is doing really well. So that's a surprise, but it's not saying that's a song that I didn't like or anything.
That it was like a surprise. That's cool though.
As a bonus.
That's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you were saying before we came on air, you are working on a new album as well. Yeah. What can you tell us about the new album?
So 6 songs. So the idea for me was kind of maybe record one of these little projects every 2 years, because the last one I did in 2018 did really well for me. It opened a lot of doors. It actually, we talked a little bit about this too, is at the CCMAs, there's a songwriter stage, and I've applied for that. I applied for it for 8 or 9 years in a row and didn't have success. But after I had my EP out, again, because I think part of my application is that I had a recent recording, I had stuff on the radio, that all of a sudden that leveraged, and I was able to get onto that writer's round. But I'm not saying that's for sure, but it certainly helped, I think, in my mind. But the plan was to do another album, which will give me another 6 songs, and I can kind of work those for a couple of years and maybe do the project again. But it's a really good collection of songs. A lot of Canadian co-writers in this one compared to my last one. I did a lot with some guys from Nashville on the last album, but this is mostly Canadian people, and I'm really excited about it. It's really going to be good. Working all with Anthony and Vancouver musicians, and I think there'll be another single coming out maybe summer or late summer, and then the fall. And it depends. It depends on what happens when the world opens up again.
Literally, when the doors start to open.
That's strange with our industry, because we're entertainment industry, so a lot of that's live music and performing and doing shows, and I know I'm not playing at nearly the scale that these guys are touring around are playing at, but it is significant. Even my local shows, it is a significant loss of income, and but in that one, conversely, for a guy like me who doesn't tour a lot too, it's actually not a bad time to release music, because people want to consume right now. They want to hear new stuff. The streaming numbers, I think, in general, are way up.
Absolutely.
It's just like, people are just looking for something and they want to listen.
Yeah. People we're all looking for something to do. We got to do something to keep busy. So why not listen to some new amazing indie music?
There's only so many vodka recipes.
I know. Okay. So what has been your top vodka recipe? What have you been making?
I'm not a super vodka guy. I do like once in a while I just have it's just vodka and orange juice I like, but I've been drinking bourbon primarily. That's
okay.
What I go-to for. Is that a cliche or not? It's just mostly.
No, I do you know what? At the beginning of this whole self-isolation, I made bourbon cookies, like a spiced bourbon cookie, which was actually interesting. They turned out pretty darn good. So Doug, how do you feel? What was that?
Are they as good as your gummy bears? That's my question.
Oh, well, the gummy bears kind of win. I think gummy bears win. I'm kind of thinking, like, those little Coke bottle gummies.
Mm-hmm.
Do those with Jack Daniels.
There you go. I
think that would be awesome.
Good.
How do you feel about doing one more for us, Doug?
Sure. This is called Some Things Ain't Made to Change. I wrote this with Michael Daniel, a young singer out of Kelowna. I hope you guys like this one. So. Everything's changing. Country on the dials, losing its twang, do a lot less fishing. God, I love it just the same, line in the water. And a cold beer in my hand, call this living, yeah, living, a promised land. Some things don't change, like the pride in the family name. Sound of a tin roof drumming in the summer rain. Whiskey still burns, Sundays are made for church. Your word's worth more than gold at the end of the day. Yeah, some things, Lord, some things ain't made to change. Chevys and Fords, they don't make them here no more. There's a lot less dirt road, but I still drive my 4x4, got a little gravel. Light it up on a Friday night. Some things don't change, like the pride in my family name. Sound of a tin roof drumming in the summer rain. Whiskey still burns, Sundays to make the church. Your words worth more than gold at the end of the day. Yeah, something, Lord, some things ain't made to change. Ain't made to change. The sun comes up, the time winds down. You gotta live the best you can till they put you in the ground. The sun comes up, time winds down. You gotta live the best you can till they put you in the ground. Some things don't change, like the pride in my family name. The sound of a tin roof drumming in the summer rain. Whiskey still burns, Sundays are made for church. Your word's worth more than gold at the end of the day. Yeah, some things, Lord, some things ain't made to change. Ain't made to change.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
It's another catchy one. You are so damn good at writing those catchy songs and getting like the catchy lyrics in there.
Cool. Well, that's one's going to be on the project that that we're going to put out. But if anybody wants to record it, please talk to me and we'll set you up.
I'm sure we can hook something up here.
Yeah, exactly. It's been going really well on the what we call them cuts in the business.
Yeah.
The songwriting business. When someone records one of your songs, we call it a cut. They put it on their album. So there's we have to measure ourselves and see how we're doing. So with songwriting, you have to write a lot. The key is you have to write consistently and disciplined. So we all track how many songs you write per year, and then we also track how many cuts you get. And so like that's you talk to people, and not everybody's on the same schedule. But I tend to write 100 to 150 songs a year.
Holy.
But there's people who write more, but that doesn't really mean anything. But for me, I have to be busy. Yeah. But I think I'm up to 92 cuts now. So that's
crazy.
The catalog's growing, which is good. They're all like little children out there, and they're finding listeners, and they're finding their way into TV shows. And I just found out I had a song in 3 episodes of the Moonshiners. So you never know. Stuff just comes in. It's kind of great.
That is insane. And it's like, and it truly is, you just never know where your song is going to end up, especially if another artist records it. You don't know.
Usually you find out someone's recorded your song. It's usually not a surprise.
No, that part's not a surprise.
Because they're supposed to get a license from you and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes when they get used or they get covered, people play them live sometimes, and you see it on Facebook and someone's videoed. And I wrote a song with these guys with Tanner Olson, and he was playing at a halftime at a lacrosse game. This is probably pre-COVID, but they're up on the jumbo screen and they're playing a song that it hasn't even been recorded, but they're playing the song live and it's on the jumbotron. It's kind of fun. It's like, hey, I helped write that song. It's kind of one of those cool things.
That is kind of cool. So Doug, for fans who want to go online and find you, where can they head to?
Lots of places. So there's a website, dougfolkins.com, which has links to the other ones, but there's I have a Facebook music page, a Twitter page, and an Instagram page. Just look for Doug Folkins on there. And you find my music at every place that streams and sells, music. But there is a treat next week. I'll be releasing a lyric video for Hula Girl on the Dash on YouTube. So people can look forward to that and go check that out next week.
Yeah, so all of those ones who are viewing on YouTube live right now, it'll be on there.
Yeah. I have a YouTube channel, and I've so underutilized it. I think the last video I put up there was from like 2012 or something like that. So it's really underutilized. But I'm learning a lot.
Well, everything is so like Facebook right now, right?
Yeah, people use Facebook, but I'm learning a lot from doing this whole process. I've had a lot of help. Some people have helped me with an Instagram campaign, and this guy, Brett Farva, has done created, a list of what I need to do, put together, record this video and release it on this date. So he's helped me with the releases and what I need to put out for content and the countdown the 2 weeks prior to today. So there was a lot of learning that went into all this and how it all goes. So I appreciate the help. And
social media is kind of a beast, right? Yeah. And like doing the whole like single campaign and whatnot, it's a beast in its own.
It is, but I needed to learn, and some people have been really supportive and helped me out along the way. Like on the writing side, I've been concentrating on the writing so long. I've got some mentors, my publisher Lynn, and this lady Charisse Platori down in Nashville. She's been my kind of coach and mentor. She's with an organization called Global Songwriters Connection. So she's been a real champion for me and helped me out with how to develop the writing side of things. But I guess it was in February, I went down to Nashville. January I was in Nashville, and took some meetings with some other people who really just kind of helped me identify some gaps in what I was doing with my own music that can be helped in. And streaming was one of the real elements that I didn't have a very big presence. I didn't really know anything about it. So I also got some help with playlisting campaign for this single as well. So just trying to fill in those gaps.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for chatting this afternoon, Doug. It was so much fun. And thank you for reaching out.
Well, thanks you for helping promote the single. And it's always good chatting with you. And always have a good time with those gummy bears. So
yes. I think the gummy bears are going to need to be made again soon. Maybe I'll send you like a do-it-yourself, a DIY gummy bear kit.
That'd be good. Send it to Brenda.
Yes, Brenda would love it. So guys, everyone who's watching, thank you guys so much for watching this. Make sure you head over, like Starr's Point Media and Doug Folkins on Facebook. We'll see you guys later.
Bye now.